Hello, everybody. So my name is Uma Singh. I have nearly 10 years of experience in IT industry as software engineer. So whatever knowledge I've accumulated in these many years, I'm here to share with you all one by one. So we started in the last session Java programming language, and I'm really sorry for the camera setup in the last session. It was not clear. So this time I've tried to use a new software. So I hope it will be more clearer. The screen will be more clearer. So let's see here. In the last session, we discussed that introduction we did to the Java, and then we did installation and Eclipse IDE. I've shown that exactly how you have to do the installation of JDK, Eclipse, and then inside Eclipse, how you have to create a Java project. Then how you are going to, what is the process of running any Java program? Okay. So we'll do a short recap before starting our new concept. Okay. So this is your Eclipse ID Java project is there. So once you will open your Eclipse, there is a menu or there is a link which says create a Java project. You click on that, you give your name, whatever name you like for the Java project, you give it. Here I gave Java project only. So that's why you see it here. Okay. Once you open it, you see here SRC package. Inside that, you will right click new and package. Okay, give your package name, and then I gave com.project, so that's why this package got created. Okay, and under this package I created one. With the help of this class, I created one Java class, okay, with the name of hello.java. So .java is the extension, like we have CSV file, TXT file, PDF, so .pdf, .doc, like that we have, right? Similarly, to understand that a file is Java, we have to give .java, and hello is the name of the file. Now, always whatever your class name is there, try to give this public class name is there, try to give the same name to your file. Now, I also told you in the last session that, this is the it's a well defined structure of a Java program. Okay, that there will be a class hello or any name will be there, and inside the class there will be methods, variables, and there will be a public static void string array args method. Okay, so here, and this is the main method, means I told you, right, that inside this main method, from here only the execution will start. Okay, so if your class is not having this main method exactly named like this, public static void main string array args, then you will get an error. Okay, you cannot execute, you will get a runtime error. So for example, you have a method abc, method vehicle, employee, any kind of methods. We have 10 methods, but one of the method will be this public static void main with parameter as a string array and args, and inside that you are going to call all your methods, which are other methods and variables, and do the execution. Okay, so this is the proper structure. And above the class you will always see package name, so whatever, like com.project you created, right? So this is mentioning what is the package, com.project. What is the class, hello. What is the name of the method, main. And it is the return type, void, means it is not returning anything. Void means nothing, empty. Okay, now simply you will do run as Java application, and hello world will be printed. So here in the Java system.out.println, we used to print the elements on the console. When I say console, you see here written console. So here it will be printed. Now let us come to our today's topic, that is Java identifiers. Okay. So let us go through some basics. Okay, like if I have to call somebody, like for example Sunita, Rehan, Ayush, or Afan, or Advita, I have to name people, call somebody in the college, in school. You might be having hanging out with friends, there you call people. In your home you call your relatives, your parents. So how do you identify people? You identify people by their name. Okay, that my name is Uma, your name can be something else. So how I will call you, how I will identify you? Each human being, we identify them with their name. So here also in Java, name of the class, or variable name, method name, block name, the phrase or the word which we use to identify these things, we are the identifiers. Okay, so we can say we use identifiers for identification purpose in Java. This is name of class, variable, method, or block, or you can say label. Okay. Now, I'll give you a short example. Here you see public class hello. We have written this basic Java program. So whenever I say after class, I have mentioned the class name, right? So hello. This after return type, I have written this method name main. Then here string is the basic. So don't try to understand everything, that okay, what is the string class, what is system, what is exactly system, what is out, everything will be explained slowly and gradually. Okay, currently just try to understand what I am telling, only that much concept. Slowly as we proceed, everything will be explained. Okay, if you will try to understand everything in one go, then there will be confusion in your mind. Okay, so here hello is an identifier, name of the method is main is an identifier, string is a predefined class is an identifier. Okay, so now if we change something here, for example, I don't want to print, I want to say int x equal to 10. Okay, I have written this. Now here this is name of the variable, again this is also identifier. So how many? One, two, three, four. Four identifiers we have seen. Okay, so name of a variable, class, method, label, any name which we use, which is given either by the system, because string is a predefined class, or a user defined class like we are defining hello class. Everything is a identifiers. Now let us see, there are some rules. Okay, there are some rules for identifiers which you always should keep in mind. There are some rules, like number first rule is A to Z. This you can use. A to Z you can use. 0 to 9 you can use. Dollar you can use. Underscore you can use. Okay, so in order to define the identifiers, these are the rules which are very important, you should always keep it in mind. Okay, like A to Z is small letters, capital letters, 0 to 9, dollar symbol, underscore symbol. Only these are allowed whenever you are creating an identifier. Okay, so also there is one more rule: do not start with a number. Okay, when I say that, I mean it cannot be like 1 2 3 a equal to, like I cannot say int x is equal to 10, int 1 2 3 x equal to 10. No, this is not possible, this is not allowed in Java. Okay, you cannot start the name of an identifier with a digit. Now for example, what will happen if you have to see, for example, like if I use something like int asterisk asterisk ab equal to 10. Now here, do you see that asterisk is allowed in identifiers? No. If it is not allowed, what is going to happen? What is the output? Output will be compile time error. So these syntactical things, whether the syntax is correct, identifiers are properly defined, rules are being followed or not, these things are checked by the compiler. Okay, Java compiler, and therefore at the compile time only you will get the error. Now Next, let us see some more examples here. Okay. Now there is one more thing. Next rule is that identifiers are case sensitive. Okay. When I say case sensitive, what I'm trying to mention here is if I say int number equal to 10, int number equal to 10, int number equal to 10. So these three are not same variables. Java will consider them as three variables. Why? Because number is not same as number. Here the first letter is capital. Here all letters are capital. So it becomes a new variable, a new identifier. Okay. So Java here identifiers are case sensitive, and Java language in itself is also case sensitive. Java language in itself is also case sensitive. Okay. Now let us talk about if we are talking about like length. Okay. Length limit. What about length limit? There is no length limit. Okay. Identifiers can be of any length. You can say int x, you can keep on writing, and how many number of characters you want. But it's not a ideal practice to use too many characters. You have to keep it small and meaningful. Okay. You have to name the identifiers, name the class or variable or method, user defined method or label. You have to name it in a small and in a meaningful way. There will be no compile time error if you'll give 10,000 characters to it, but it is not recommended. Okay. It's not an ideal practice. Now there is one more thing. We cannot use reserved words as identifiers. Okay. In Java, there are some reserved words, means there are some words whose meanings are already defined. For example, if, else. Okay. These we will talk about reserved words in further. But if, else is like similar other 55 reserved words. So those you cannot use. You cannot say int if is equal to 10. No, again, there will be an error. Okay. You cannot use it. Similarly, next is, can I use int string equal to 89? Okay. Now here again, we can use this. See, take two examples. Int um, runnable equal to 90. So string and runnable, these both are, string is a predefined class, runnable is a predefined interface. What are interfaces? Everything we'll discuss. So these are again system defined. Their meanings are already defined in the system, but reserved words we cannot use as identifiers, but predefined classes or predefined defined classes or identifier or sorry interfaces, interface names can be used as identifiers, but is not a good practice because its meaning is something else defined and you are trying to use it will cause confusion. Okay, there will be no compile time error, but again it will cause confusion. So let me take some of the examples, okay, for practice. Let's see. System.out.println. Okay. Let's take some examples like int total number equal to 10. Okay. Now just print the total number. This is, I've defined the variable. This is a variable name. So the variable basically it signifies that in the memory 10 will be stored, and the name of that space where 10 is stored, this digit is stored, is named as total number. Okay, and this is int, means what type of value this variable is holding. So int total number equal to 10, so this is name of the variable, this is the type of the value the variable is holding, that is integer. Okay, now you're going, let's print it, let's see what happens. It is printing. Now do one thing, just say change the identifier as this. Now what is happening? You are getting an error. Total number cannot be resolved to a variable. It's giving you an error because hash is not allowed. Again, do one thing. 1, 2, 3 total. Again, you are getting the error. Okay. That total number cannot be resolved. No, wait. Just put it here. And you get syntax error on token total. Okay, so basically it's not allowing you to print because it's saying that you cannot, it's not a proper identifier. Okay, so this is one thing. Again, let's take another example. We can say now if I just change it like 1, 2, 3. Are you seeing any error here? No, it's printing 10, no issues. So it's fine. Why? Because you cannot start with 1, 2, 3, but you can end with 1, 2, 3. That is what our we set the rules of identifiers, right? Now, if I take another example like CA, and I'm trying to, again, it's not giving you an issue. Why? Because dollar symbol is allowed in the identifiers. I can name the variable with the dollar symbol. So now there is something really different we'll use, like only dollar and underscores, dollar and underscore and dollar. Let's see what happens. You see, there is no error. Why? Because dollar and underscore both are allowed. It's printing number 10. Okay. Now there is one more thing. If I say all underscore hand, at the rate hand, okay, here you see there is an error. Why? Because at the rate is not allowed as an identifier, so you will get an issue. Now I say integer it's printing. Why? Because as we already discussed, right, that predefined classes, it's a wrapper class, predefined class name. You can use it, but it's not a good practice. You should not use it, but you can use it. Okay. Now, if you just say int, there will be no error. Why? Because int is a reserved word. Okay, as I told you, int is a reserved word. It has some meaning in the Java already defined, but capital int is not. So you can use it as an identifier. Okay, so as Java is a case sensitive, int is not same as capital int. The small case and uppercase, it changes the meaning in Java. So that is all we have for identifiers. That identifiers we are going to use for identification purposes. It has different rules, name of the class, variable, method, label, whatever you see in a Java program, that those are all identifiers. But identifiers have to follow the rules. You cannot use all the symbols, characters, and numbers. Here you can only use small letters, capital letters, 0 to 9, underscore, and dollar symbol. You do not have to start it with a number. Then They are case sensitive. So if you are writing number, capital, they are different from each other. They are not same identifiers. Okay. So Java language in itself is case sensitive. Now length limit, there is no length limit to the identifier. Now, but ideal practices, you don't have to use too many characters. Now we cannot use reserved words as identifiers. There are 55 reserved words in Java, which we will discuss later. If else, like continue, break, so many are there. So those you cannot use as an identifier. But predefined class name, predefined interface name, we can use as identifier, but it's not an ideal practice. It's not a good practice. So again, let's just have a look here. What did I do here? I'll again mention you. We created a package whose name is com.project. Under that package, there is a class whose name is hello, which is an identifier. You can name it anything you want, okay? But start it with capital letters. Like for example, the first letter, first character, make it capital. And you can write anything. Uma also I can make it. So public class, capital UMA. That's fine. But make sure whatever name of the public class is here, the file name should also be same. Then inside that, there can be so many other methods here, but one method has to be public static void main. Void is the return type. So this is the syntax basically, that name of the method, return type, and if there are any parameters, these things what they are, we'll discuss later. So by this you can identify a method that there will be a return type, name in the parenthesis. If there are no parameters, this will be empty. And inside that you can mention that what exactly your method is going to do. So all the actions you perform in Java are done by methods. Okay. And in the method, the values, data values you want to use, those data values you have to define by variables. Okay. And if you want to print anything, then system.out.println we have to use to print anything. So for example, I have simple program written here, int I, anything, you just say int a is equal to 10. And I just want to print a on my console. So I'll write here, I'll close, this is closing of this method which we started, and this is closing of this class. So it's very important. It's not important that here parent, you can write this curly braces here also. So indentation is not important in Java, but important is there has to be the closure. If you are opening something, public static void main, opening a method, close the method. Opening a class, close the class. Okay, opening a loop, close the loop. So that is important. With the curly braces, you have to open and close. Now, for running, just right click, run as Java application, and it is going to run and give you the output on the console. So thank you. Hope you have understood this session. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you.